What is up, Washington fans, or what's good, Washington fans? So we are rumored, actually reported by Rappaport, that we are expected to have interest in acquiring Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold, I mean, he's just a huge question mark. And I myself, I didn't watch a lot of Jets games. I mean, I did watch some highlights and I watched some film, some reviews and stuff on Sam Darnold. I was like, okay, let me try to get an opinion, a real opinion on Sam Darnold, rather than just looking at the interception total. Or last year he threw 9 touchdowns, 11 picks. I don't know how many. Won 2 games. They were in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. They couldn't even do that right. And then he had a good year in 2019. He had a good year in 2019, or a decent year. He had mono, so he missed 5 games. They were 7-6. I remember the game where they blew us out 38-14. He looked darn good in that game. He looked really good against the Cowboys last year, where he was cutting up the Cowboys. He had a 92-yard pass to Robbie Anderson. And there's a lot of excuses that people make for Sam Darnold. Now, personally, I wouldn't give up if we did trade for Sam Darnold. I hope we wouldn't give up anything more than a 4th or a 3rd round pick. I mean, he's a former 1st round pick. What was it, the 3rd pick of the draft out of USC? But he's been very inconsistent. He's had times where he's had bad accuracy, hasn't read a defense well, has looked bad in games, turned the ball over, has seen ghosts. As we heard him say that on national television against the Patriots, where they got blown out. So there's been good Sam Darnold, there's been bad Sam Darnold. I know Adam Gase is probably one of the worst coaches in the history of the NFL. And Ryan Tannehill, he left Adam Gase, and then he played 1,000 times better with the Titans. But if you look at Tannehill when he went to the Titans, he had a Derrick Henry, he had guys around him that could help him succeed. So Washington, I could see Sam Darnold be playing better. And he's actually more mobile than what you think. He had a 46-yard run against the Broncos. And I watched him play. I watched some tape on him, and he can move around. He can move around the pocket. He can manipulate the pocket a little bit. Sometimes he does make off-script throws or funny body throws where he's throwing across his body. He does make some impressive plays here and there. So I do see why people do think he has talent. He does have talent. But there's times where he makes a lot of inaccurate throws. Overthrowing guys, underthrowing guys, panicking in the pocket, making bad reads, not seeing the defense. There were times this year where Joe Flacco came in and he looked better than Sam Darnold. Now, like I said, there are a lot of excuses. You know, his best receiver was Jamison Crowder. I like Jamison Crowder a lot, but he's definitely not a wide receiver number 1. They had Denzel Mims. He missed a couple games, and Brashad Perriman. And he missed a couple games too. And then they traded away Le'Veon Bell. It was just a dysfunctional situation. So Washington we would have a lot more structure than the Jets for sure. It would be a better situation. Terry McLaurin, let's say we get Curtis Samuel, and then we draft like Terrace Marshall in the draft, or Kadarius Toney, or Rashad Bateman. Then our wide receiver core would be really, really good. I think we would have a top 10 wide receiver core in the NFL if we can get, like I said, Rashad Bateman, Curtis Samuel, and then of course Terry in the mix, and then Cam Sims would be the 4th option. And then maybe you draft somebody else in the later rounds or something like that. But yeah, Sam, I'm seeing Ghost Darnold. Personally, I wouldn't trade for him. I would not. But if we did, I wouldn't give up anything more than a 4th. Would he actually be able to beat out Taylor Heineke? I don't know. I think Taylor Heineke might actually have a legit shot to beat out Sam Darnold, because he knows Scott Turner's offense, and he looked really darn good in 1.5 games. He looked really, really good. Kyle Allen didn't look bad either in the 2 games or 3 games that he started. Honestly, he actually looked decent. He looked decent. So Sam Darnold's not a guy where I know he's going to come in and beat out Heineke and beat out Kyle Allen, in my opinion. I think if you get Derek Carr, he would definitely beat those 2 guys out. If he would have got Matt Stafford, he would have beat those guys out. So I don't know if Sam Darnold actually would come in. Now, if you look at Sam Darnold's contract, it's pretty team-friendly. He's on a rookie deal. He's going to be in his 4th year, so you have to make the decision to pick up his 5th-year option. I think you have to make that decision by May 3rd this year. So his contract is almost done, actually. It's almost done. I got to look that up real quick, but his rookie deal is really almost done. It's not bad because they already paid him a lot up front. So he would be a really, really cheap option for us. And then we could add a lot of other guys, and then you'd be able to pay some other guys this offseason. But when his contract is up in 2 years, then yeah, it's looking tough. It's looking real tough. And do you really want to pay him that much money? So 2021, his cash earners is going to be $4,774, and then the cap hit would be about $9 million. So it would be a really, really cheap option. But would he really beat out Heineke? I really don't know. I don't know. But like I said, 2019, he looked good. He had some good games. He had a good game against the Raiders, good game against us, a good game against the Giants. His rookie year had a really good game against the Packers and would have went to overtime, threw for like 300 yards. This year was really, really awful. It was bad. He didn't have a game where he threw over 300 yards this year. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Yeah, 9 touchdowns, 11 picks. I mean, he was bad. He was bad. So, I mean, can we revive his career here? Can Scott Turner turn this guy into a starting caliber top 15 quarterback? We'll see. We'll see. So, you guys let me know what you guys think. I wouldn't give up anything more than a third or a fourth. If they're asking for a first, I hang up the phone. If they're asking for a second, I'm hanging up the phone for sure. But all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Stay safe on the Super Bowl Sunday, man. It's snowing pretty hard out here, man. So stay tuned for the Super Bowl. Can't wait. Hail to the football team. Peace.